In today's video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to actually apply for colleges here in Singapore. A lot of you have asked me questions about Suryansh, how do we actually begin our application process? I understand that it might be a bit overwhelming for you if you've never done this before, but trust me, it's a really easy process once you conduct your own research. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Also, I'm going to give you an insider info that might actually enhance or improve your chances of getting accepted into NUS. So do watch the entire video. Mind you that this video is just about Singapore, particularly for NUS. From an international student's perspective, applying for an undergraduate degree. So if you are applying for a master's degree or you're applying for NTU, SMU, or any other private uni here in Singapore, your process might be slightly different. However, the concept would remain the same. Alright, so without further delay, let's dive right into our computer screens. Okay, so what's the first thing which you do whenever you apply for a university abroad? Or even for universities in your home country? It's the application window. So that's what we're going to go for. So I'm just going to come here at that NUS application window. And I'm just going to open the first link which pops up. And here we can see, okay, since this video is catered towards the international students, so I'm just going to be talking about that in particular. So here we can see all other international qualifications, and this is the application window for you. Do note that they have divided the international qualifications into two groups. Here, if you are from UN, UPC, or Vietnam National High School Graduation Examination, then this is the application window for you. However, if you are from IB curriculum, then this is the application window for you. And the rest of them, I can see that these are all for the Singaporean applicant group type. All right, so this is done. Now, what are we doing next? Okay, so next you want to look out for the application procedure, application process. So I'm just going to go back to Google. I'll just going to type NUS application process. And I'm just going to open the first link which pops up. And here you can see we're in the UG admissions, undergraduate admissions portal. Okay, do note that I'm not going to go through each and every single line because it's going to be a very long video otherwise. But I expect you to go through each and everything so that you're more aware and informed about the stuff. All right, so here we can see that we have this international qualifications window up here. So these are the admission requirements and the procedures you need to do. And here, if you're IB, then you just go there. So, okay, tip number one is that whenever you look at a web page, try to go through each and everything first because you might miss out on the important information. And if you just go to someplace else, there might be some sort of information gap. And you don't want to want that. Okay. So just scroll down and I see that they have given you a timeline of the application process. And below, they again have the session steps, some important dates, the degree programs, and some other stuff. Oh, okay. Have any questions? Okay, this is a very, very, very useful resource. If you have any queries, just ask the admissions. They're going to help you out with everything, every single thing. All right. So now that I've looked through this stuff, now let's go into the international students with international qualifications. I'll look on the procedure and the prerequisites for it. So here we see that they have so many different high school qualifications. And since I'm just going to be focusing more on the Indian curriculum, so I'm just going to go there. However, if you are from Canada, Australia, America, Sri Lanka, then you can just go to the respective bins and find out your own requirements. Okay, so at least for India, they have divided it into two categories. One is the CBSE and ICSE, and the other one is the all other state and other boards. So like UP State Board or Madhya Pradesh State Board or Punjab State Board, stuff like that. So first I'm going to go to the CBSE and ICSE one, and later on I'll move on to the state boards. And I'm just going to show you the main key difference between these two. So if you're from CBSE, you're just going to click here. And you're going to see that again, we have two different columns. One is that you're giving exam this year. Other one is that you already have your exam results. So if you already have your exam results, then you need the exam what are the requirements? You need the exam results and you need to pass all the 5 subjects. However, if you're giving the exam, then you need to give all the results prior to your current exam. That means you can give your 10th, 11th, 9th grade transcripts along with the pre-board exam transcripts which you might have. Okay, and you're sitting for blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here it's clearly written that SAT, ACT are not required. See, not required. English requirement, not required. So IELTS or TOEFL is not required. So if you already have your exam, then you're eligible for all the programs. However, if you don't have the exam results, then you cannot apply for these 4 majors, meaning that you would have to wait another year to apply for them. Okay, so these are the main things which I can see over here. Okay, let's go back. So now let's move on to the one with state boards and try to find the difference. So here the main difference between these two is that you need the standardized test. If you're from a state board, then you need to have a standardized test. So I'm just going to click here and you can see that at least you need to have any one of these 3 options available. And you can just go through the entire page and try to find out what do you require. Okay, so that's about it. However, I just want to look for if somewhere they have written that do SATs improve your chances of getting in. Okay, so one important thing I just realized is that when I applied, it was clearly written that a standardized test or English test will not enhance your application. However, this information is no longer available on the website, which might mean that SAT, ACT, IELTS or TOEFL might enhance your application. However, if I am wrong, please do comment down below so that I can rectify it. So moving on, next thing you might want to look at is the application guide. And I was just scrolling down and I found it here, application guides and sample forms. So let's quickly look at that. So application guide, international students, it's up here. I'm just going to open this link and here we have it. Okay, so it's a flipbook, interesting. So here you'll have a crisp breakdown of all the different steps which you might require while applying at NUS. So here you can see that, okay, they expect you to use Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. Then, okay, these are the sections which you need to complete in the application portal. So you have personal particulars, alternative contact, choice of study, meaning the degree programs which you want to take, your education results, predictive forecast, your achievements. So here you can note down that you're required to answer 5 short response questions and provide at least 1 achievement. Right. Okay, and then you have sectional option, health and support, other information, tuition grant. So a lot of people do ask me questions about the tuition grant, and I feel like it's a very big topic. I'm going to cover it in some other video. Then financial aid, documents, declaration, PIN, and acknowledgement that section. Here we can also see a Singapore dollar, $20 was required for the application for you to submit. Okay, so that's about it from here. Now let's take a look at the sample form. So here you can see that you have the sample form, which basically means how the application portal is going to look like when you're going to apply it. So here you can see you need to declare that if you are currently in a university or not, some qualification, whichever qualification you did, high school qualification, then your personal details, your choice of study, and your college. So remember when I mentioned that I'm going to give you an insider info, this is it. So basically, if you choose NUS college, if you apply for NUS college, it might actually increase your chances of getting in. Because what NUS college currently wants is more diversification. So it wants students from all the nationalities. So there's a chance that you might actually get in. That being said, I'm not encouraging you to take NUS college. I'm just saying that this is an option. If you feel like NUS college is something which you do not want, please do not apply for it because it's going to be very hard for you and then you might suffer. So let's not do that. I'm just telling you that if you truly want NUS college, then do apply for it. It might actually enhance your application. So if you do end up clicking yes here, then you'll have to do some extra questions in the application form, which is somewhere down below. Okay, here we have it. And this is something which you need to take away from this, right? That, okay, you have these many questions. You need to prepare for these questions before the application paper starts so that you're well prepared beforehand. So from here, you can actually look at all the questions and copy it down. Also, if you want, you can prepare the answers for these ones, but there's not a very high chance that you're going to get the same questions. However, if you do get them, then you're in luck. So yeah, that's about it from this section, I feel. Then here you can see that you can input your SAT. This section is optional, right? Okay, they do say here that this is an optional section. However, they have not mentioned that it's not, that they're not gonna consider it, because earlier they had clearly mentioned that they're not gonna consider the SAT or ACT exam scores. However, here they have not mentioned it anymore. Okay, so that's about it from here, I feel. Okay, so let's move on. So the next thing which a lot of you guys ask me about is the scholarships. So let's try to look for scholarships. So here I see there is scholarships tab on the same website. But I'm just gonna go for and look out for scholarships for fish. Here we can see that some scholarships are administered by NUS, some are by the faculties, the offices, and some are by the external organizations. So you might want to look at all of that. So I think I can make another video just about the scholarships. However, I'm just going to open one and try to look at. So this is this NUS International Undergraduate Scholarship. Here's the eligibility criteria. Here are the scholarship benefits. And here we have the terms and conditions, how to be applied, and the shortlisting process. So earlier during my time, I did not have NUS International Undergraduate Scholarship. I only had the SNT and the ASEAN Scholarship. And the ASEAN Scholarship is just for the ASEAN countries, so it does not include India at all. Here you can see that we don't have India. So for me, I just had this option. However, I feel like for you guys, now you have even one more option of the scholarship. So that's pretty good. Okay, next thing is the financial aid. Wow, we have the tab right here. So let's look at the financial aid eligibility for all the graduates. So from here, you can find all the financial aid options available for you for your tenure here in Singapore. So if you want, we should definitely look out for this overview of financial aid for international students. This is something which you need to look out for. And again, I think I can make another video on the financial aid specifically. Okay, from what I recall, another thing which you guys ask me a lot is about NUS tuition grant. So let's just look at that, NUS tuition grant. For a tuition fee, tuition grant. Oh yeah, this is it. So the tuition grant, right. So again, I feel like it's a very deep topic. I can talk about it later on. However, the gist of this topic is that they reduce your tuition fees by 50% if you take the tuition grant. And what do they want in return is that they make you sign a bond for 3 years after you graduate. That means that you're going to be working here in Singapore or maybe abroad, but in a Singaporean company for 3 years post-graduation. So that's the gist of the tuition grant. I can go into more details about the tuition grant in some other video. So I feel like that's about it for Singapore. That's all you need to know when you apply for colleges here in Singapore. Okay, so now I feel that you sort of might have gotten an idea that how to actually begin your application process and how to go about different things. By looking at the video, you might have understood that what are the different resources which are available online and how you can use them. So if you're someone who's applying from Singapore, or if you know anyone who's applying for Singapore, please do share this video, like and subscribe. And in the future upcoming videos, I'm going to be making a dedicated video on each of the different topics about the scholarships, about the tuition grants. So please stay tuned. And till then, peace.
चलो अब सब्सक्राइब कर भी दो यार, बटन सामने ही है। ये ना पसंद आया तो नीचे भी है।